Light.
Or life. But it's written and illustrated by John Himmelman. A monarch butterfly's life. Okay. And here we go on this journey. On a hot July day, a young monarch butterfly in Virginia begins a journey north. Where's Virginia, Apollo?
I don't know.
On the other side of the United States. On her way, she lays many eggs. Her last egg is laid on a milkweed plant in Connecticut. 3 days later, a monarch larva or caterpillar hatches. So from Virginia to Connecticut, wow, that's a long distance journey, all the way up the East Coast.
So after it lays its eggs, it dies.
We don't know yet. The caterpillar feeds...
I do?
Oh, you've seen it on Wild Kratts?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, well, the caterpillar feeds on milkweed leaves. Thanks for the spoiler. When a wasp tries to lay eggs on the caterpillar, she brushes it away. Get away, wasp. Don't lay your eggs here. Soon, the caterpillar crawls to the ground. She attaches herself to a fence with a bit of silk. Her skin hardens and she becomes a chrysalis. 2 weeks later, the monarch reappears. Now she is a butterfly. Whoa, so you're telling me that caterpillar thing weaved a chrysalis around itself and then came out as a monarch butterfly, Apollo?
Yeah.
Wow, that's transformational. The monarch butterfly stretches...
Possible.
Oh. The monarch butterfly stretches her crumpled wings and makes her very first flight. This is monarch butterfly coming in for my very first flight. Clear the runways. It will be a crash landing. She lands on a milkweed and uses her proboscis to sip nectar from the flowers. What do you think proboscis is, Apollo?
I don't know.
It's probably like a long tongue-like structure that can reach out and get the nectar in the flower. Suddenly, a net snatches the monarch butterfly. Oh no! The child who caught her sets her free. The monarch butterfly's days are spent flying, sipping nectar, and resting in the sun. Well, I'm glad that monarch butterfly got set free. I'm glad the child set it free and it had a good life. In late September...
Some people don't understand, so that butterfly was lucky.
True. In late September, the monarch butterfly begins a long journey south. As she travels, she is joined by many other monarchs. They are all heading south. They're migrating. Probably to warmer weather, huh? By November, she has reached Texas. A gust of wind blows her into a lake. After resting for a minute, the monarch butterfly breaks free of the water. Just in time, it looks like. A salmon was coming up to eat her. Or a trout or a bass or something. In early December, she reaches Mexico. She has traveled more than 2,000 miles. Millions of other monarchs have made the long trip too, and they cover the trees. Wow. That would be a sight to see. Millions of monarch butterflies all over the trees. The weather is perfect. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. But by the middle of March, it is very hot, and the monarch butterflies begin to fly north. Well, they fly south for warmer weather and they fly north for cooler weather. A male monarch finds her and dances in circles in the air. She chooses him for a mate. She lays hundreds of eggs on her journey north. There's one. Please, bird, don't eat my egg. She lays her last egg on a milkweed plant in South Carolina. She will not live long enough to return to Connecticut. Aw, you're right, Apollo. that was the spoiler. She did not make it to the end. But on a warm August afternoon, her offspring does. Words you will know, Apollo. Chrysalis, the second stage of a butterfly's life. Larva, the first stage of an insect's life. Milkweed plant, a plant that is common in North America. Monarch butterflies always lay their eggs on these plants so that caterpillars can eat the leaves. Nectar, a sugary liquid that plants make to attract insects and birds. As insects and birds drink the nectar, they pick up pollen. When the insect or bird flies to another flower, it leaves some of the pollen behind. Then the plants need the pollen to reproduce. Offspring, the young of a plant or animal. Human offspring are called children. Proboscis, a long, thin tube that a butterfly uses to drink nectar. It works kind of like a straw. Wow, that was a good book. And this is the author, John Himmelman. We won't read about him, but we have read his book, so we know a little bit about him now. What do you say, Apollo?
Adios.
Adios!